Hello there, McNox here, and in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make the dreaded magic circle. Don't worry, it's not as bad as it seems. There are actually 3 ways you can make this. You can make the magic ring, the magic circle, or my way of making a magic circle. I don't recommend using my way. It's the way I learned, but I'm going to show you it so you're not confused in future videos. So let's begin. I'm going to teach you the magic ring method first. Now, sometimes there's a problem with doing it this way where you'll have a gap in the center of your project. I will show you how to close that gap. Don't worry. This method may work the best for you if you find the magic circles too difficult. So first and foremost, we're going to attach our yarn. We twist our hook around it and pull through. If you've been crocheting for a little while, this should be very familiar to you. We start off by chaining 2. You're going to go under your yarn, pull it through. So now we're going to put 6 single crochets into that second chain. That's right, all into the second one. We're going to push through. We're going to yarn over, pull up, so we have 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, and pull through. So that's 1 single crochet. Let's do 5 more. Go through, loop up, pull through. 2. Same thing. That's 3. Okay, and there's 6. So the first thing you're going to notice, you have this gap. I'm going to show you what to do about this. We're going to pull up the loop, remove our hook, and flip our work. You're going to take a tapestry needle, attach it to the tail of your magic ring. And this is partly why we leave a long strand of yarn for sewing. Come back to your project and look at all these little back loops on the underside of your project. Pick one and push your needle through a back loop. It can be a little tough. Now you're going to pull. Then we're going to go over here and pick another one of these loops. Do it again. This isn't the way I recommend make a magic circle, but if you really struggle, this works just fine. Okay, our last one. Do not pull this loop closed. Instead, thread your yarn through this loop first, then pull. If you flip your work, look at that, it's closed. Now you can cut the tail. So that's how you do the magic ring and get around having that gap. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the easy way to make a magic circle. I found out I've been doing this a harder way for about 5 years, but I'm too old to change my ways now. But here's what you do. So you're going to take a long piece of yarn and drape over 2 fingers. Then take your leading end and drape over the fingers again. I'm pinching my work here to keep it in place. Then rotate your hand and cross that yarn over itself like this. Take your hook, go under that first strand, grab the second and pull. This can be a little tricky. Pull this through and up. Then you're going to come over here, grab that yarn again, and pull that yarn through that loop. And that's how you do it. As you can see, I shifted my fingers into this loop to keep it stable. I'm going to go under both these strands. I'm going to grab my yarn, going to pull it up. I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through both loops. We're going to do this 5 more times. I'm going to brace my circle. I'm going to go through under both strands, pull up, pull through both loops. 2 single crochet. Go through both, pull up, 3 single crochet. So do that 3 more times. 4. It gets easier as you create more single crochets. 5. And 6. Now all you do is pull this tail, and it pulls that ring closed. And that's it. That's how you make a magic circle. Count the stitches, make sure there's 6. There's our first stitch. There's one way to make the magic circle. Now I'm going to show you the way that I make the magic circle. And I recommend you probably don't use this method, especially if you're just starting out. This is just the way that I learned, and it worked for me. So what I do is I actually take a very long tail and wrap it around 3 fingers 3 times and pinch it in place. Then I take my hook, I go under those first 2 strands, I grab that 3rd strand and pull through and up. Then I come up here and pull this strand through that loop. So it's very similar to the other method I showed you, but it has a couple of extra steps. For instance, I take this tail and pull it out of here. Then I uncross these 2 strands. I shift my hold on my work. I go through these 2 loops and make my 6 single crochet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, you can probably tell that I'm much more used to doing it this way. Then I come over here. I have 2 loops of yarn. I tug slowly on the tail. Okay, that tells me that this strand is attached to my tail. It's usually the strand on this side, but sometimes they get crossed. So now I come up here and I start tugging that strand outward until this other loop is gone. Then I come back to my tail and ta-da! Functionally the same method as the first, just with extra steps. It's just the way I learned. And that's it. So now what you can do to finish off your magic circle is push your hook through that first stitch, then slip stitch and tighten. And that's it. You've done it. A magic circle the hard way. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share, and I hope to see you in future videos.